everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and today I bring you another episode review for MTV's Scream the TV series. Now, of course, if you've not seen this particular episode, definitely check it out because this review may contain spoilers. I'm going to give you my review for episode 2 titled Hello Emma. Now, let's get right down to it. Spoilers all around, definitely check it out, of course. And if you've not seen my prior review on the first episode, definitely check it out on my channel. I have a card somewhere on this video. On the flip side, I'm pretty sure you can find these episodes relatively easy. I think MTV, right after these episodes air, they post them on their YouTube channel, and of course they post them on their website, so I could be wrong about that, but definitely check them out. They're relatively easy to find. That being said, let's get right into this episode. First off, this episode essentially takes place right after the first episode, essentially after the death of, their best friend, and now there's like a whole bunch of questions as to, is this urban legend becoming true? Are the killings happening again? Emma's being stalked by the Ghostface killer, and, who is the real killer? There's so many options. Another teen actually ends up getting killed. There's, these gigantic rifts going on between this group of kids, and, there's a whole bunch of nonsense reporters coming in to really milk the cow of, this death, because let's face it, this is the Scream franchise, and the Scream franchise is well known for, when a rich white woman dies, shit has to go crazy, because, oh my god, a white woman died, oh my god, we need to send off the cops, send off the reporters, we need to create gigantic party and memorials for these fucking white women because they were so important to our society. We need to fucking do this. I know I kind of went off on a rant there. I'm just saying, like, isn't it kind of weird how the Scream franchise does that? Where it's like, if you're not if you're not a rich pretty white woman, and okay, let's just face it, everyone in this fucking show is all white. Why is everybody so white? There's like, maybe one or two, like, actual interracial characters, who kind of sold out, there for a second, but majority of them are white, and they all matter for some reason. I'm just saying, like, this kind of franchise, like, really over-exaggerates how one person's death means so much to a town. It's really odd. Like, I'm just saying, I went to high school and kids eventually die. We never had the crazy shit that happens in this show when some fucker died. When a person died, maybe we fucking have a moment of silence. Maybe, the principal will talk about it on the fucking intercoms or whatever. But that was pretty much it. You fucking said your piece, you move the fuck on. In this show, they fucking, they keep it on a grave. They fucking keep dragging that shit along. It's like, oh my god, she was so pretty. She was so famous. She was rich and white. She was so important. Fuck you, man. I just can't get into it. But that being said, I'm just saying it's an over exaggeration. And also, is the same dynamic happens in this show where it's like, okay, the pretty white woman dies. This girl dies too. There's a new girl who actually dies. Allegedly by suicide. Of course, it's not really a suicide. Ghostface, spoilers, kills the chick by noose, hangs her at her house. No one really cares about that one, except for Audrey, because, that's her girlfriend, if you will, the girl that she was relatively making out with in the first episode. So essentially, her girlfriend gets killed. She's pretty much the only person who actually cares about her death. I'm just saying, like, for the first chick, they fucking had a party, they had a moment of silence, cops and reporters came over, they had this gigantic, memorial thingy happening outside their school. Like, they fucking went all out for that bitch. But for the other girl, they were like, fuck her. She was not important. She was like kind of, she wasn't rich, she wasn't pretty, so fuck her. I'm just saying, the dynamic with these kind of kids is like really weird and off-putting for me. But that being said, moving off of that, there are very key moments that happen with this episode that really intrigue me. Number one, the beginning part of this episode is hands down the best part of the episode, because there's this introduction of suicidal tendencies that I really love, because that's really a part of our culture as of now. Now that our majority of teenagers that grow up in this generation grow up over a microscope, they're over this fucking social media bullshit, that they're fucking, they don't have rough skins. They don't have this skin that they can put over themselves to protect them from the cruelty that, all these, assholes like me on the internet can say on the fucking internet. So, the suicidal kind of aspect of the show I liked, like the girlfriend of Audrey, she's suicidal, she's depressed, she cuts herself, all she does is like sit in a dark room, reading all the bad comments and emails that people send her because of that stupid video. Once again, I'm surprised a video like that created so much controversy. I'm just saying, if I'm watching two lesbians make out, the last thing I'm going to say is go on the internet and start talking shit. There's another thing that comes to mind prior to talking shit on the internet, and I'm not talking shit about fucking chicks making out. I'm talking shit why I'm not there. That's the only thing I'm talking shit about, but for some reason in this universe, in this Scream franchise MTV universe, it's such a big deal that lesbians are kissing. There's a lot of lesbians in this world, kids. There's a lot of them. I don't know why it's such a big deal, but there's a lot of them. So let it go. But that being said, I felt like it was a humongous opportunity for MTV to really jump the shark, if you will, but in the right direction, and really use that to their advantage, where like suicide becomes an aspect of the show, and you don't have to worry about Ghostface, you have to worry about social media. And that was something that I really was hoping that they approached, but no, they kind of copped out. They had a perfect opportunity. I felt like a better kill for that character would have been if Ghostface not have killed her himself, because in and of itself, it doesn't really matter if she dies. She's not really important to the plot, so I kind of found it kind of odd that she died in the first place, because, let's face it, Ghostface, he's not really a smart killer, but the characters he kills have something to do with the main character, and she doesn't. She has nothing to do with the character of Emma, so I found it kind of odd that she got killed, but at the end of the day, okay, screw that, let's scrap that, illogical bullshit aside, this was a perfect opportunity to do that, and they copped down on it. Ghostface actually kills her. I felt like it would have been a better kill if Ghostface called her on the phone and actually, tried to basically encourage her to hang herself. If he did that and MTV did that instead, it would have been a much more pleasurable kill, at least for me, especially seeing as how, there's tons of media of, bullshit slasher killers killing people, but you never see a slasher killer encourage someone to kill themselves. You hardly see that, or you never see it at all. So I felt like it was a humongous opportunity missed. But that being said, moving off of that, there's a lot of optimistic things to look at this episode. The atmosphere is a little bit more fleshed out. The pilot really didn't give us that, which I think was a huge plus for this episode. The acting is definitely a little significantly better. That was a huge thing I despised about episode 1, which was the acting. The acting was terrible in episode 1, but in episode 2, it kind of felt like the actors and actresses definitely found a vibe with the characters, so they definitely had something going with each other, and had a little bit more chemistry, which is what I liked. The characters themselves, however, I still don't like them. Like the stupid jock characters, I don't really care for them. Noah, the fucking horror geek, is I still like him, but I can't. I'm just saying I can't stand his overacting. I don't know if that's just the way he talks naturally, but I'm sick of his overacting. And when the fuck did the geeky kid in these kind of franchises started to get laid? I'm just saying, like, how the fuck did that kid get laid? I'm just saying, I've been to horror my entire life, but I never got a girl like that over horror. It's over either other bullshit that I have to fucking toss to chicks, or something else. I'm just saying, that's some illogical shit right there. I don't know. Whatever. Although, the conversation he has with the girl on the football field, spoilers, the conversation he had with that girl prior to, I guess, having sex or whatever, I don't know, is an actual conversation that I had with a prior girlfriend of mine as well. It's pretty hysterical. Ask Evil Scar 23 about it. It's pretty funny. But that being said, moving off of that, his overacting annoys me. But that being said, once again, we get into the leading actress kind of being stalked by the Ghostface character. And once again, like I said in the pilot, there's nothing about the character of Emma that makes her a leading character, that makes me want to care about her or want to follow her or want to save her. You know, she has like these conflicting things that are going on. Number one, she's dealing with the fact that possibly her mother has this dark past. She's dealing with this, you know, this romantic triangle with the, you know, the good looking mystery guy who, you know, is kind of like I don't know what the fuck. And then you have, you know, the high school star player, you know, and she doesn't know what to do. And then you have Ghostface in the mix, who's obviously stalking her. Why? Who the fuck knows? I don't see any importance in her. I mean, I'm just saying, this show is chock full of fucking hot chicks, but for some reason her, whatever. Anyways, that being said, everything else is significantly better. We got some new additions into the show. We have this Piper character who I guess is playing the Courtney Cox of this universe. She's a podcaster, journalist, or whatever. And I guess we can expect the same thing out of... I guess she's the Courtney Cox of this series or whatever. That being said, I guess she was alright. She didn't really make a real big splash into the show. Then again, like, you know, that's not really saying a lot, seeing as how the actors in this show aren't really significantly awesome, except for, you know, obviously Bex, who plays Audrey. And but that's kind of all I really can say about the acting and the characters themselves. Lastly, there's not really a lot of kills. That's something I forgot to really mention in my pilot review, which is, I'm really sick of this MTV bullshit where it's like they're sticking to a one kill standard with every episode. I'm just saying, like, this MTV show has a shit ton of teenage kids. They're in a fucking high school. There's a shit ton of fucking high school kids. Granted. But this is a 10-episode season. Why are you killing off kids one by one every episode? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you should be killing kids with a machine gun by now, you know, but I don't know, they need to just start killing a little bit more kids. I'm just saying, like, I'm sick of this one kill kind of thing. And also, I'm really sick of this anticlimactic thing with MTV's Scream TV series episodes where it's like, you have this great build-up, but then it ends, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm sick of this anticlimactic bullshit. Like, why do you keep doing that to me? I'm just saying, like, okay, the acting's whatever. The character of Emma, I don't care. But that sequence, when she's home alone, and the Ghostface actually calls her, you know, impersonating, like, you know, one of those, you know, 911 callers or whatever, it was fucking awesome. I actually liked that. I mean, granted, I kind of gave the Ghostface voice shit last time in my pilot review, where I stated that I wasn't big on the Ghostface voice. Unlike a lot of people, I like how Ghostface looks. I just don't like how he sounds. I mean, I'm just saying, he's just... What MTV should have done is not try to impersonate Roger Jackson. They shouldn't have done that. They should have gone with their own kind of voice, but they didn't. And it doesn't even come off as Roger Jackson. It kind of sounds like, if you ever watched the Scary Movies, and you ever heard, like, the callers, like, watch Scary Movie 3 and tell me that the voice who does Ghostface in this show doesn't sound like the Ring voice from Scary Movie 3. Tell me they don't sound identical. It's fucking hysterical. But that being said, the build-up in that scene is so good. I mean, you have this fucking beautiful girl. She's home alone. She's totally fucked. All the doors and windows suddenly open, ironically. Ghostface is just taunting her ass. You know, shit's gonna go down. You feel like, oh shit. You know, shit's gonna, you know, he's fucking overshadowing, you know, a little too much, obviously, but he, you know, giving off a little too much information, wink, wink, but, you know, he's fucking overshadowing shit, and then, like, you know, you get this build-up, this nice panning of, like, oh shit, she's alone, she's totally fucked, he's gonna get her at some point, but then that's it. It cuts to black, that's the end of the episode, spoilers. Why? You should have just stuck with that and have Ghostface show up somewhere in the background or something, like some kind of strangers type shit. That's what they should have done. They didn't do that. It was very anticlimactic. I like the ending. I just wish they could have went more with it. Kind of similar to the beginning. Those are like the two significant big over-the-top things that I wish they went all the way with. The beginning was awesome. They should have killed her off by suicide. The ending was awesome. They should have featured Ghostface at Emma's house. Those are the major complaints. Everything else is whatever. Everything that happens in the middle is complete bullshit and you don't really have to care about it. Except for the beginning and the end. I freaking loved it. It just, whatever. But overall, if I had to rate this episode, I give it a good God, 5.5 out of 10. I think that's a good, it's a little bit better than the pilot. This episode is definitely significantly better than the first episode. The acting is a little bit better. The characters have a little bit more chemistry together. The atmosphere actually exists, which is good. There's a lot more scenes that I like and appreciate, and I really liked the beginning and end of the episode. Although I wish they could have went all the way with them, I liked them. But of course, there's still a lot that goes into the show that I really don't like. Like, number one, I don't like the characters. Number two, Noah, the character of Noah, overacts his ass off. I'm just saying, like, I'm all for the geeky kids getting laid and fucking, having a fun time and, like, setting all the rules and shit, but I told you guys at home last time. He's like at 11. He needs to bring it down by a fucking 6. I'm just saying, one of these directors need to fucking tell the kid, hey, bring it down a bit. Bring it down a bit. You're not Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. You're fucking a horror geek. Let's keep it at that. I'm just saying. But that being said, moving on from that, there's a lot of other things that I don't like about this show that I still stick as major flaws with the show. But this episode definitely has me a little bit more optimistic about the series overall, the season, if you will. So, overall, I liked it. There are certain things that I don't like about this episode, obviously, like, the main character, the characters in general, Noah's overacting, the fucking endings to the beginning and ending moments that I personally liked, but overall, there are things that I really liked, which kind of overshadow the things I despise. But, overall, in the comment section below, let me know what you personally thought about Scream Episode 2 in the comment section below. I liked the episode. I know a lot of people still have their problems with Scream, the MTV series, but overall, we're not getting a Scream 5, folks, so we're going to have to deal with it. But there are a lot of other awesome horror TV shows that are coming out that I definitely will be reviewing once the season ends. September, I think, is when Scream Queens comes out. So I'm definitely going to be watching that and reviewing it. And then in October, The Flash Season 2 returns, so obviously that will be replacing Tuesdays for that. And then whenever Starz releases Ash vs. Evil Dead, I'll definitely be reviewing that. Now, they haven't said exactly when they're going to start posting episodes, but I think that it's more than likely it's going to be a 3-way gap in between September to November at the latest, so at some point, I will be reviewing that show as well. So, those are not the only horror shows that I'm going to be... This is not the only horror show I will be reviewing. So, keep that in mind. I will review more horror TV shows like Scream Queens and Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is, 2 shows I really want to see. I'm just saying, a show with, Evil Dead returning, fucking awesome. I love the reboot, and I love the franchise, so awesome. And then, on the flip side, Scream Queens, I'm just saying, Emma Roberts and fucking Jamie Lee Curtis in a horror comedy TV show together brings me joy in a way that not really a lot of things can bring me joy. There's The Flash, but I'm just saying, Emma Roberts and Jamie Lee Curtis in a show together, that's fucking awesome. But let me know in the comment section below what you personally think about all things awesome about horror. Let me know what your personal thoughts are on those new upcoming horror TV shows like Scream Queens, like Ash vs. Evil Dead. Let me know what your personal thoughts are on Scream Episode 2 in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been John 12. Subscribe to my channel, of course, and I hope you guys enjoyed.